Responsibility, you learn a lot of lessons, but the overriding lesson I've learned is that I hate children. A couple weeks ago, when I found out I'm a finalist for Publishers Clearinghouse, Shaquille O'Neal's portrayal of a genie in the movie he made where he played a genie, whose title I'm sure the Wall Street Journal can find for us. Kazam. Kazam. It influenced me in the sense that I know that the worst movie I've made is not as bad as that. I loved wearing yellow tights every single day. I was a young child, I don't know, probably 10, 11 years old, and I was...
Or they would play doing things that people do before they play. And I became really friendly with Taylor Hawkins, the drummer. So, as you know, the drummer doesn't move around. He has to sit in one spot when he's playing the drums. And so I decided it would be a good idea to like rig up things above him, and we would play like 3 weeks and take like 10 days or 12 days off, 3 weeks, 10 days, that was kind of our schedule. And at the end of every 3 weeks, I would, just because, you know, it's what you do to your friends while they're performing, like whether it was M&M's, big, like giant, not like a few, not a bag, like a lot, thousands, and at the end of one of their songs, it would all come down on him and he couldn't get out of the way. I thought that was funny, and went to M&M's and popcorn and.
In an audition for a theater program, I started to do a Shakespearean monologue, and after the first 2 lines, I forgot the rest of it, and I just started making up Shakespeare. But somehow I got accepted into the program, and I never revealed that until now. So now they know I'm a fraud. I mean, the one element I always look for in any sort of script or project is how much they're going to pay me. And my 42-inch vertical jump. We're going to skate to one song and one song only. Lady Humps.
And I was like, okay, cool. And then, like 500 pounds of spaghetti. And that was like snakes falling on you, like hiding for a long time. It did not stop, and it's all over the drum, the thing, and my arm. And they really, I have to say, they got me really good. And I barely finished the end of the song. I like run off and tackle Dave, and yeah. That was good. That was our fun. But we just had a lot of great fun with those guys, and their buddies. Taylor's the godfather to one of my kids. Poor kid.
So I'm ready to go. Snoop Dogg. How do you get a squirrel down from a tree? Pull down your pants and show them your nuts. This is probably going to be odd to some people, but totally obvious to others. Lionel Richie. Being a parent is a huge responsibility. You learn a lot of lessons, but the overriding lesson I've learned is that I hate children. A couple weeks ago, when I found...
And this is probably 1968. I was probably 6 or 7 years old. My little 45 player to flip top, put the nickel on the top of it so it doesn't skip. And of course, had 2 speeds, 33 and 45. And it was by Harvey J. and the Wilcox. And it was kind of a country-ish, wasn't really rock and roll. My dad really liked country music, so maybe that was part of it, but it was kind of a novelty song. It was all instrumental, But in the middle of the song, they had this break, and there was a drum break, and the doom, 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 drum around like that, and then it would stop, and the only thing the guy said in the whole song was, "I'm a grub worm." And then, and so,
really good in sports, and I was always picked last. The kids hated me until I got to make some of them laugh, and that no, that never happened. I was always really good at sports. I was always a good athlete. All the food on a movie set, the craft service, you don't have to pay
with the wood paneling on the
'cause I
side,
would always leave like
and in the
$100 a
back it
day
opened up,
to
it
pay for
seated probably 9. I don't know how I acquired the Grand Safari. I think from one of our neighbors was discarding it. Ooh, well, we used to tour with the Foo Fighters a lot back in '99 and 2000. But in '99 we did a pretty extensive American tour with them, and I became very friendly with them. Spent most of my time in their dressing room before they would play.